Hi everyone. Today we're gonna talk about a case of of a female patient who was 31 years old. She came to me because she just recently got pregnant and she wanted to see if I can do anything to help her to improve her health so the baby can be healthy too. So the Chinese medicine theory is that when the mother is healthy, they have a better environment to nourish the baby, so the mother can, absorb the food and then turn it into the proper nutrient for the baby. So the baby have a good environment to grow, and they have enough source of nutrients and good blood flow and oxygen and everything. So when she came to me, I noticed that she has a really she says she has all her life she has sleep troubles, and her so basically she every night she cannot sleep more than 6 hours. So doesn't matter what time she goes to bed, 6 hours later she'll get up and she won't be able to go back to sleep. During the 6 hours, like before she falls asleep, it takes about 1 to 2 hours to fall asleep. So so it's like a long process of getting ready to go to sleep, and then she slept for 6 hours and with like not a very good quality, because she tends to have like very vivid dreams. So her dreams are like watching a movie. So when you have dreams that's very vivid, or you remember all the details of the dream, it means that you don't get enough deep sleep. Your sleep quality isn't as great. So it's normal to have dreams, but if you tend to remember all your dreams and they are like movies, then your sleep is not so great. It can be better. She also has the issue of like easily wake up, but like takes a long time to go back to sleep. So if she doesn't have in the morning, sometimes she doesn't have to go to work. She can lie in bed for an hour or two, then she can fall asleep again to get another few hours of sleep. But usually she has to go to work, and she tends to drink coffee to keep her awake, and she's tired, lack of energy all the time. And she wanted to, because she wanted her baby to be healthy, right? So she's trying to avoid coffee as much as she could. So she's now even more tired with her bad sleep quality. Let's go. And her appetite is pretty good. Just some mild nausea, probably from the morning sickness or just because she's pregnant. Bowel movement is every 1 to 2 days. The perfect score would be having 1 to 2 bowel movements a day. So you go at least once a day. That's very good. And every time you go, you should feel finished. And the stool is not. It should be formed, not sticky, not loose, not like little stones. So like good sausage shape, and not sticky to the toilet, and or not doesn't take a lot of wipings. She also has a little bit of bitter taste in her mouth, and she never feels thirsty. She only drinks 2 to 3 cups of water a day, and she also have a very obvious dry throat issue. So People who doesn't like water, it's not because it's usually because their body has really bad water metabolism. So no water coming out, so there's no room for more water going in, and she probably has too much water, or she doesn't. Her water is not circulating through her system. So when she so the dry throat comes from the water is not circulating to the throat. She also has palpitations, so meaning she can feel her own heartbeat, especially at the lower abdomen. So this region. So this is her belly button right here in the middle, and that's her lower abdomen. She can sometimes feel heart beating in this area. She also mentioned, like, when she's using the phone in her car, like when her husband is driving her, she gets dizzy quite quickly, and she has history of car and seasick. So to me, like, this is a very, very obvious sign for Longgu and Muli, which is Longgu is a fossil, like animal fossil that people found in the ground, and Muli is the oyster shell. So these two herbs have a property of relaxing our mind and calming, and also helps storing all the energy back to kidney. So when she has these issues, meaning that the kidneys keep sending nutrients up to her brain, and the brain cannot shut down. So her kidneys has trouble like stopping sending nutrients to her head. So that's why she's getting her brain cannot shut down. She gets vivid dreams. So that's one major indication. And when she has palpitation and like really bad water metabolism, this calls for the herbs guizhi, which is the cinnamon twigs, and fuling, which is like a poria mushroom, which helps with the cinnamon twigs will strengthen the heart, because this usually comes from the weakness of the heart, and the poria will help with the water metabolism. And usually dizziness comes from like a bad water metabolism too, dizziness and car and sea sickness, because Western medicine says that the dizziness or imbalance is due to the imbalance of the fluid in the ears. Sorry, this is imbalance of the fluid in the ears. Well, it's because when you have too much fluid, your level is like floating on the sea, right? It doesn't keep you grounded. So this will kind of confirm her water metabolism issue, retaining too much water in her body. So that's why she has these issues, like very low thirst, dry throat, dizziness, palpitation, heart sickness. Also, when I check her abdomen, so this is just under her ribs. She has pain or distension under her ribs, also in this epigastric region. So just above the belly button, between the joints of her center of the chest. This can come from, so when you have this issue plus nausea, and sometimes she does have she used to feel like hot and cold alternating, so this will indicate Chai Hu, which is herb to kind of helps the liver and gallbladder circulations. So when we have these indications for these herbs, being long. So she has indication for these herbs, and it's not too hard to pick up the formula that contains all these herbs, which is Chai Hu plus Long Gu and Mu Li Tang. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is that this is the crotch area, so there's like a bone here, and this is her leg. So, sorry guys, that was so when I check this area, and usually I can find something that's kind of really tight, like a tendon or like a string of muscle, and when I check this area, the patient will feel soreness or achy or pain. This will confirm the water, like she has some water metabolism issues that might be affecting her urination. So the formula I picked is Chai Hu plus Long Gu Mu Li Tang. So this formula contains all the herbs that I just mentioned. I removed Da Huang, which is the rhubarb root, because her bowel movement is not really trouble. It's like every 1 to 2 days, and even though there's like a mild distension here at stomach, at this region, that indicates some sort of bowel movement retention, but she's okay. I think at the first visit, I think she doesn't need this herb, so I took it out and have her take it for a week. So she took it for about a week, and then noticed like she's getting more constipated, even though her sleep is much better. So the following week I put the herbs back, and she was able to have a more normal bowel movement, and her sleep was much better. So she says she's able to sleep like for at least she's able to sleep 8 hours. It still takes a bit of time to fall asleep, but her brain is more rested and less vivid dreams. So I saw her about 4 weeks. So there's some little bit going on each week with like adjusting the dosage of Da Huang, which is a bit depending on her bowel movement. 1 week she was really constipated. The next week she says she's getting a little bit of diarrhea, so I kind of had to play around with the dosage to make sure her bowel movement is just every day and not like getting diarrhea or not getting constipation. And so far so good, because after 4 weeks her work schedule changed. She wasn't able to come visit me, but in the 4 weeks she was sleeping very well, and nausea disappeared. Water metabolism is maybe the same, because 4 weeks is such a short time to get everything improved all at once. But at least her sleep is way better. All right, that's it for today, and we'll see you again next week or the week after. Bye.